close the final hour of the week's long middle, and somewhere between the lobby and the open evening air, the part of you that cared, the whole thing going, finally had permission to set down the way she'd chosen to wear. Because Wednesday evenings have a different quality of light. Something in the hour that says the hardest part is behind. And the person walking home with 3 full days already in her body deserves the thing that's waiting on the counter, just for her, just tonight. The glass is already waiting, you poured it just for you. The glass is already waiting, 3 days of showing up, and this is what you're owed tonight. Tonight, the glass is already waiting, and so are you. And the city noise is fading to its manageable register, and the key is in the lock the way it knows exactly how. And the version of you that made it through the hump of all the heavy is the only one who gets to stand here now. And the midweek treat is not a small or guilty pleasure. It is the rightful and the well-deserved return on 3 full days of meeting everything that we came asking for, the kind of dividend that only Wednesday nights can earn. The glass is already waiting, you poured it just for you. The glass is already waiting, 3 days of showing up, and this is what you're owed tonight. Tonight, the glass is already waiting, and so are you. There's a kind of quiet grace in the choosing of this evening, the deliberate and unheard, settling into what is yours. And the glass says more than cheers, it says you showed up for the middle, and the middle doesn't end without the one who kept the score. The glass is already waiting, that's for you. The glass is already waiting, well earned. Wednesday evening open, and it opened just for this. shape of you the moment that you settle, the way they always do when you finally let the whole day go. And the lamp beside the couch held a room in amber, a warmth that asks for nothing and has nowhere else to show. Because the sofa on a Wednesday has a different kind of gravity, the pull of something soft that says the forward motion's done. And you sank into the evening the way the evening was designed for. The linen on your skin as light as anything under the June sun. The temperature of still, that's the air inside the room tonight. The temperature of still, the lamp, the open window, the summer dark arriving right. This is yours, the temperature of still. And you are finally home. And a breeze came through the window at the hour it always finds you, the kind that carries just enough of the outside world to say that the city is still moving at its own indifferent pace. But in here the only thing that moves is the slow release of the day. And the body in the linen on the wide and wordless cushions remembered what it felt like when the weight was somewhere else. And the jaw unclenched by degrees in the warm and amber quiet. And the shoulders found the place they'd been before the week itself. The temperature of still, that's the air inside the room tonight. The lamp, the open window, the summer dark arriving right. This is yours, the temperature of still. And you are finally home. There is a kind of warmth that has nothing to do with season, a soft and low impersonal degree the room can hold. And the lamp beside you on a June Wednesday evening gives the kind of light that says you made it through, and you are home. The temperature of still, that's the room, the temperature of still. Breathe it in, the window's open and the lamp is on, and the week is somewhere else. Held everything together, the amber and the cedar and the cool of the night air. And the room became a different kind of place at that specific hour. When the wick caught and the scent began its quiet ride somewhere. And a new candle on a Wednesday is a statement without words, the choosing of a scent that says the evening is intentional. And you move through the ritual with the slowness that it asks for, a small and private luxury and time. just for you, just for this room. Something warm is burning, and the whole Wednesday exhales in its amber and perfume. Tonight, something warm is burning, and you lit it for yourself. And the fragrance traveled through the apartment like a welcome, the kind that doesn't ask you what you've done or who you've been. And the Wednesday candle is the signature of the evening, the evidence that someone in this room chose to begin. And choosing warmth and scent and the deliberate soft light is the midweek ceremony that the workday never sees. But the woman who comes home and lights the room before she settles has already given herself the thing she needed most with ease. Something warm is burning, just for you, just for this room. Something warm is burning, and the whole Wednesday exhales in its amber and perfume. Tonight, something warm is burning, and you lit it for yourself. The week moves fast and the week moves loud, and the week does not slow down for you. But tonight the flame does. It stays and it holds, and the scent that fills the room is the Wednesday night reminder that some hours are made warm and yours before the week grows cold. Something warm is burning, just yours. Something warm is burning, will burn Wednesday. The room is soft and amber, and it's entirely for you. And the outfit that the world required is somewhere in the corner, and the version of you assembled for the day has been released. And the softest and the oldest and the most unremarkable fabric holds the body in a way the day could never reach. Because there is a version of you that no one else is privy to, the one who moves through the kitchen in the worn and favorite things. And she is truer than the version in the meeting or the hallway. She is the one the Wednesday evening quietly brings, dressed in nothing anyone would recognize. That's the Wednesday night version they don't get to see. softness of the fabric on the shoulders is the signal that the constructed and the public day is finally done. And the woman in the worn-in clothes moving through her own apartment is the one the whole performance was protecting, and she won. And no one has to earn the right to be unguarded in their own space. No one needs permission to undo what the day required. But tonight, the unwinding feels particularly weighted, with the 3-day hump behind you and the evening as your prize. Dressed in nothing anyone would recognize, but that's the Wednesday night version they don't get to see. Dressed in about how you move through it. The world will ask you to be assembled and precise, but the Wednesday night behind the door with the familiar soft things on is where you get to exist without the prize. Dressed in nothing anyone would recognize, that's real. Dressed in nothing anyone would recognize, that's yours. The truest version of you chose Wednesday evening to come home. And the speaker found the frequency the day had drowned out, and the groove moved through the room the way that only music can. And there was no one in the room to negotiate the playlist, just you and the song and whatever it had planned. Because midweek evenings have a particular kind of hunger for the sound that asks for nothing and delivers something real. And the choosing of the music on a Wednesday is a power move, the quiet reclamation of what only you can feel. The only station playing is yours. Wednesday night, your signal, your sound. The only station playing is yours. And the groove came through exactly when you needed to be found. Tonight, tonight, the only station playing is yours. Turn it up. Settle into the floor the way it always does, and the melody arrived the which door to find. And the woman moving through the Wednesday with her favorite song around her has already given the week the slip and left the loud behind. Music on a Wednesday in the room that's yours is medicine, the particular and personal frequency of rest, and the choosing to surround yourself with sound that knows you deeply is the midweek gift that holds up well against the noise. The only station playing is yours. Wednesday night, your signal, your sound. The only station playing is yours. And the groove came through exactly when you needed to be found. Tonight, tonight. The only station playing is yours. Turn it up. Consent. But tonight the room belongs to the frequency you're choosing, and the Wednesday night is playing every note it meant. The only station playing is yours. That's the signal. The only station playing is yours. Earn this. Let the groove fill every corner of the room. You worked hard for. And the book was where you left it in the margin of the Tuesday, and the page held the crease from when you had to put it down. And now the Wednesday evening opened up the room for reading, and you picked a sentence back up in the softest kind of row. Because a book half read on a Wednesday is a promise kept in private, a small appointment with a world the workday cannot reach. The returning to the page you folded down before the morning is the intimate, unhurried act of giving yourself space. The page that was still waiting, you came back just like you said you would. The page that was still waiting, the story held its breath the way a good one always should. Or a deliverable. fine. And reading on a Wednesday is a radical slow pleasure, the deliberate and patient choosing of a different pace. And the book that's been beside you since the weekend has been asking to be received with the full attention of this unhurried space. The pain that was still waiting, you came back just like you said you would. The page that was still waiting, the story held its breath the way a good one always should. And so were you. Some rewards arrive in sequins and some arrive in lamplight. Some show up as the quiet hour where nothing else competes. And returning to the story that the week kept interrupting is the hump-day gift that puts the whole thing back on its feet. The page that was still waiting, now you're here. The page that was still waiting, Wednesday earned this. The book and the lamplight and the woman reading, that's everything. And you went for the one on the highest shelf tonight, because the Wednesday said you'd earn the better of the two. And the first piece broke off the way that good things do, unhurried. And the sip that followed said the night was made for you, because small luxuries on a Wednesday are a form of self-awareness. The knowing that the week deserves a midpoint kind of grace, and the pairing of the sweet and the deep in the Wednesday evening is the most sophisticated reward you can give yourself in this space. Yeah. The good chocolate, the good glass, that's the Wednesday night version of a treat. The good glass, 3 days behind you, and the hump is finally beat. Tonight, the good chocolate, the good glass, you picked the better shelf. the choosing matters more than people mention. The deliberate reaching for the thing that says you know your worth. And the flavors in the quiet of the midweek self-indulgence are the ones that taste the way the hard-earned evenings always should. And it is not extravagance, it is the Wednesday proportion, the correct and calibrated giving of the good thing to yourself. And the woman who pulls out the real thing in the middle of the work week is the one who keeps the best things on the reachable shelf. The good chocolate, the good laugh, that's the Wednesday night version of a treat. The good chocolate, the good laugh, 3 days behind you and the hump is finally beat. Tonight, the good chocolate, the good glass, you picked the better shelf. Until the weekend, but the Wednesday carves a pocket in the middle of the run, and filling it with something that you chose because you wanted it is the small and sovereign act that says the hump day has been won. List for you specifically. No outcome that required your effort or your face. And the open and the unscheduled and the drifting of the Wednesday was the gift that only hump day evenings know how to place. Because sometimes the reward is not a thing but an absence. The relief of not arriving anywhere in particular tonight. And the woman on the couch with nothing pressing in the next hour has found the rarest kind of Wednesday evening reprieve. The luxury of no particular direction, that's the hump day gift that no one bothers to announce. The luxury of no particular direction, and you accepted it with all the grace that 3 days warrant. Tonight, the luxury of no particular direction, that's the whole reward. And the mind that ran the maze of the work week for 3 straight days finally found the open field and moved at its own pace. And the drifting without purpose on a Wednesday is not wasted. It is the recalibration the whole week was waiting for. And doing nothing in particular is a skill the driven forget. The art of the unhurried and the unaccounted hour. And the Wednesday evening asked for nothing from the woman who showed up for it, except the willingness to let the empty space be power. The luxury of no particular direction. That's the hump day gift that no one bothers to announce. The luxury of no particular direction. And you accepted it with all the grace that 3 days warrant. Tonight, the luxury of no particular direction. That's the whole reward. 3 days of forward motion in a single and specific lane. 3 days of knowing where the next thing was and what to do. And then the Wednesday evening arrives and asks for absolutely nothing. And the sweetest answer is the one that's finally simply you. The luxury of no particular direction. Breathe that in. The luxury of no particular direction. Hump day gift. The Wednesday evening gave you the whole open field. And you walk through it. And they call it hump day, like it's something to get over. Like the whole point of the Wednesday is the Thursday that comes after. But you found the seam inside the middle of the week, the hidden space between the grind and the relief's next chapter. Because Wednesday evening is the week's most underrated hour. The pause between the start and the arrival of the end. And the woman who knows how to find the pocket in the middle has found the one that only Wednesday evenings know how to extend. Wednesday has a pocket just for this, the unhurried and the warm and the entirely yours. Wednesday has a pocket just for this, the treat you earn by making it past Wednesday's middle hour is tonight. Tonight. is long and the week is loud and the week does not apologize. But the Wednesday evening folds back on itself in a different key. And the pocket that it holds is full of the soft and the personal and the quiet. And tonight that pocket opened, and it opened just for you to see. And the knowing that you're closer to the end than to the beginning carries its own particular and midweek kind of warmth. And the Wednesday night reward is the awareness that you've earned it, the 3-day confirmation that you've held your own through the way. Wednesday has a pocket just for this, the unhurried and the warm and the entirely yours. Wednesday has a pocket just for this, the treat you earned by making it past Wednesday's middle hours tonight. Start, but the Wednesday in the middle where the quiet things live. And the woman who found the pocket in the hump day knows something about the particular and irreplaceable thing that midweeks give. Wednesday has a pocket just for this, just for you. Wednesday has a pocket just for this. Hump day earned the week cut open at the middle and revealed the softest part. And the notebook open to the next available line, and the pen moved through the honest and the unedited account. And nobody was reading over the shoulder of the Wednesday. Nobody was keeping the unofficial tally of the count. Because a journal on a Wednesday is the room inside the room where the version of you who lives behind the week gets to speak. And the 3 days in the rear view and the 2 days still approaching make the Wednesday night page the truest of the week. The page you don't show anyone, that's yours, all yours tonight. And the thoughts that the workday kept in the back of the day's agenda arrived on the page the way they always do when given room. And the small and honest accounting of the hump day in the notebook is the most private kind of luxury the Wednesday can consume. And writing it down is not about the product or the outcome. It is the act of saying I was here and this was real. And the woman with the pen on Wednesday evening in the lamplight has given herself the undivided and the true right to feel. The page you don't show it.
3 days of doing the world's version. Tonight, you write your own.
And the hands that held the phone and held the coffee and the door handle, and the shoulders that were squared again, 3 days of it. And the feet that walk the distance between the morning and the evening are the ones you come home to and the ones you quietly sit with. Because the body is the vehicle of all that Wednesday asks for. And the body on a Wednesday evening has a particular account. And the woman who remembers that she lives inside her body gives herself the one reward that matters most and counts. The body that carried you here, give it warmth, give it the slow and the soft. The body that carried you here, earn the scent, temperature, the texture, the slow exhale. Tonight, tonight, the body that carried you here, let it finally rest. And the cream on the tired skin and the water that the body still requires, and the warmth of the shower or the slow stretch on the floor. And the body that moved 3 days through the week without acknowledgement is the one that the Wednesday evening was assembled for. And touch and warmth and scent and deliberate self-attention are not indulgences, they are the Wednesday night return on all the steady and quiet and acknowledged effort that the body brought to the week without waiting for its turn. The body that carried you here, give it warmth, give it the slow and the soft. The body that carried you here, earn the scent, the temperature, the texture, the slow exhale. Let it finally rest. The world will not hold a ceremony for the body's midweek effort. No one will acknowledge what the Wednesday body knew, but the woman woman who slows down long enough to tend to what she's made of, gives the only gift the hump day body needs from you. The body that carried you here, now tend to it. The body that carried you here, Wednesday earned this 3 days of everything. And tonight the body gets to come first. No performance required of the Wednesday evening. No assembled or accomplished version of yourself to be. And the woman who came through 3 days of showing up for other things has earned the unedited and unhurried right to simply see. Because the self-regard that comes quietly in the middle of the week is different from the weekend kind. It has the weight of proof. Says I made it past the hardest of the days is the one that holds the softest and most solid kind of truth. Here is where you land after 3 days of moving through the air. Here is where you land. You were always gonna get there tonight, tonight, tonight. Here is where you land, and you are enough just as you are. And the 3 days in the body and the 3 days in the week are the quiet and accumulated proof of what you carry. And the Wednesday that comes through for the woman in the middle is the one that says, I see you in the ordinary. And you don't need to name the thing you did or calculate the effort or construct the case for why the Wednesday earns a rest. You simply made it through the hump with everything you had available, and the landing on the other side is proof that you did your best. Here is where you land after 3 days of moving through the air. Here is where you land, and the landing is the evidence that you were always gonna get there tonight, tonight, tonight. Here is where you land. night's stillness has a different kind of say. And here inside the soft and the unhurried, and the earned and the quiet, you are exactly the person you needed to be today. Here is where you land. That's enough. Here is where you land. Wednesday says so. 3 days deep, and here you are, arriving exactly right. Somewhere in the Wednesday evening, something in the way it shifted, and the Thursday on the horizon took on a different shape. And the 2 days left in the week look shorter in the lamplight than the 3 behind you that the earlier version of you had made. Because the hump is not just something you endure and cross and finish, is the moment where the week begins to tip your way. And the Wednesday evening is the first time the weekend is outnumbered by the days already done, and that is everything tonight. Side of Thursday, you can almost feel it from right here. The lighter side of Thursday, and Wednesday earned you the permission to hold it near. Side of Thursday, but Wednesday is the gift. And the week has not been small, and the week has not been easy, but the Wednesday evening carries the confirmation that you came. Thursday that approaches carries less of what the Monday held, because you showed up through the middle, and now the angles change. And this is not the finish, and the weekend is still 2 days out, but the Wednesday night perspective is the one that resets the scale. And the woman who made it to the far side of the middle has already done the thing that tips the balance of the tail. The lighter side of Thursday, you can almost feel it from right here. The lighter side of Thursday, and Wednesday earned you the permission to hold it near. you pass through the hump with the same or better grace you started with. And the lighter side of Thursday is the proof that you came through. Lighter side of Thursday. Wednesday did that. Lighter side of Thursday. You tip the scale. The hump is behind you, and the week is leaning toward the good.
There is a sequence in the final hour of the Wednesday evening, a small and private order that belongs to only you. The water or the moisturizer or the drawing of the shade, the chosen and deliberate things you move through without cue. Because the ritual before the dark is where the week gets filed. The unhurried and the quiet act of closing what was open. And the woman who moves through the closing of the Wednesday with intention has made the week a thing that can be honored and laid to rest. The ritual before the dawn, that's the Wednesday night's last word. The ritual before the dark, the softest and the most sovereign thing you heard. Tonight, the ritual before the dark. Close the week with this. And the Tuesday is already gone, and the Monday is already history. And the 3-day body knows its way to the other side of sleep. And the ritual in the final hour is the signature of the evening. The personal and unhurried close that's yours alone to keep. And these small and nightly gestures toward the ease of the ending. The closing of the day the way you always know it should be done are the acts that mark the border between the week and the rest of it. The ceremony of the Wednesday and the well-deserved one. The ritual before the dawn, that's the Wednesday night's last word. The ritual before the dark, the softest and the most sovereign thing you've heard. Tonight, the ritual before the dark. Close the week with this. And when the sleep arrives, it will arrive for someone who received her evening, who moved through the reward and claimed the hours that were hers. And the morning on the other side of Wednesday comes to someone different, the one who closed the hump day with the softness it deserves. The ritual before the dawn, well done. The ritual before the dark, 3 days carry. The Wednesday closes soft, and Thursday finds you whole.